Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ZanderverZ December 2022 update. Hope everyone's been having a great year. We're in the home stretch now, so that's exciting. Today is the 29th, so there's only 2 more days, 2.5. It's pretty exciting. I'm ready for a new year, ready to start my New Year's resolutions again and work on them as long as I can. Surely this year will be the year that I keep them all year. Surely. Anyways, so as you can see, the ZanderverZ logo has been updated. The new design takes a more creative approach. I'm not going to go into detail about why I changed it, but I like this one better, so we're going to roll with it. The Visions of Bezek is still set for a May 2023 release date. At this time, I've heard back from all the editors. I had two, and I've gotten back changes from both of them, and now it's just a matter of reviewing those changes and wrapping up the content for the deluxe edition. Still have a good bit to do on the deluxe edition, but I still have almost 5 months, so there's still plenty of time there. If you check out the ZanderverZ TikTok, you can find a lot of videos of my cats. I'm not proud of all the videos I've made, but it happened. They're there. But there's also at least one video about the Visions of Bezek. You can find that video on the TikTok. It covers the opening of the book. The book starts with a letter that's directed at the reader. I think you'll find it to be a different kind of approach to opening a book, and you should go check it out, see what you think. I tried to give the novel a little bit of a unique touch at the beginning, and I think I succeeded. So take a look at it. You're welcome to let me know what you think. Again, the book should be released in May 2023. I don't foresee any delays. I have plenty of time. If it doesn't come out in that time, I was probably just lazy. Or there may have been some sort of strange malfunction with Amazon or something else, but I do not expect any delays. So while we're here, I'd also like to share a quote from the book with you. I'm going to read it to you. I know, fancy, right? Let me get my reading voice going. 1 second. That wasn't alcohol, that was Pepsi, just to be clear. It's in a big can that looks like. Anyways, so I've been a little under the weather too, so this might be harder than I expected. Here we go. I'm ready. Oft our lives are cut short to save our souls. For in a single lifetime, a man can sin enough to lose his way to God. But you've lived long enough to be a sin yourself. That's the quote. So this is said to one of the main characters of the story from a. Well, I don't want to ruin too much. You just have to read the story. But this is one of my favorite quotes. I think it sounds good. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but yeah, it sounds pretty good. But there's a lot of other good quotable material in the book. You should definitely go check it out when the book releases. In the future releases, I'll probably include some more quotes, but this is my favorite, so I wanted to share it first. If you keep track of the blog, you've probably seen this already, but I've covered, in the month of December, I covered some discussion about 2 books I read for research for the Visions of Bezek. The first one was Salem's Lot. Maybe you've heard of Stephen King. He wrote the book. I don't remember what year it was written, but the book is good. I chose it because it covers. Put my hands up here so you can see me talk with them. It covers. No, that looks scary. So it covers a small town community. It takes place in a small town. There's a bunch of characters. It was a great book for seeing how another author takes 20 people that live in a town and helps you keep up with them, keep track of them, and just builds that community. Feels like you're reading about a real town with people that live in it. It's not something that's in every book. Most books have just a handful of main characters. If you look at something like Harry Potter, there's 5 main characters, and then there's other people in the school too. But when you look at the movies, it's really just about 3 or 4 main characters, maybe 6. But everybody else kind of sits back and all the events pass them by. They were there. Did they do much? I don't know. But Salem's Lot does a good job of making every character have their moment. Everybody in the community has something important, a role to play out. It's a good book. You should check it out. I think it's from the 90s. No, it's older than that. It's maybe the 70s, 79 maybe. Um, but it's a good Stephen King book. It's not my favorite, but it's a good one. And if you check out my blog, I talk about it a little bit more, go into some more detail about it. The second book that I talked about this month was Hex. So I got this one because it's also a book that takes place in a small town. I was on Reddit or Google or somewhere, and I was searching for small town horror books. Hex came up. Somebody said it was a good book, and I was blown away. This is an amazing book. I highly recommend it. Um, it's got the small town again. It's got characters within the town. It's got 10 to 20 characters that it talks about. It's got a whole community. It's a very modern book too. It takes place where there's a cell phone app, and the app is used to keep track of a witch that's like a ghost or a spirit kind of witch thing that lives in the town and shows up in places. You can use the app to report where it appears, and um, it's a great book. I never thought you could take the classic witch story and turn it into something so amazing. Highly recommend it. You can hear more about it on my blog, or even better, you can go buy a copy and read it. I recommend it for sure. Also in the blog, I talked about the 9 draft process. So as I've gone along and written the Visions of Bezek, I've made notes about how it worked, what things worked for the book as far as, do I do an outline? What do I do with that outline? When do I get an editor? Things of that nature. And I've really tried to cut down on expenses as much as possible because that's what my wife told me to do. It's very important to listen to your wife. It helps cultivate a strong marriage. But she's right. I mean, the book may fail, or the book may be very successful. You have to be very lucky to write one novel and make your living off of one novel. So there's definitely more novels lined up for me. I do have faith in this book, but at the same time, so far the book has made $0, and I've spent more than I'm going to disclose. So it's important to cut down on costs as much as you can when you're starting up, or you'll just be in the hole forever. So I've made notes about what I'm glad I spent money on, and things I probably shouldn't have spent money on. There's definitely been a few things that were unnecessary. I've definitely made my fair share of mistakes. That'll definitely be a blog entry one day, is me talking about all the mistakes I made in writing this book. Now, those mistakes didn't make the book any better or any worse. They just made me lose a month or two of my time, which time's pretty important. So that sucked. But I've kept track of all that, and I'm slowly, I wouldn't say slowly, but periodically I'm releasing the update on the non-draft process. There's like 9 steps, 9 primary steps, and right now we're on, I just finished putting out information about step 1 on my blog, so you should check that out. The rest of the steps will be coming out in the next few months. And what I did took me from 0 to having maybe not 0, from having an idea for a book and taking that idea and turning it into an outline, turning it into a manuscript, and then something that somebody could edit, and then turning it into a final manuscript ready for publishing. It's definitely been a learning process. I've spent, who knows how many hours. I'm sure I've spent a tremendous amount of time researching this, and it's all accumulated into this 9-draft process. I recommend you check it out. It might help you if you're interested in writing a novel, or it might just be something interested, or you can take it and maybe learn from my failures, or just laugh at me for making those failures. Whichever. But hopefully it'll be helpful for people. That's what I hope. Also, this January, we will have the limited edition Visions of Bezek bookmarks available in the ZanderverZ eBay store. This is a picture of what the bookmark looks like on the front. On the back, it just has the logo and some QR codes for the website. This is from the cover of the website. Not the website. This is from. I almost got through this without making a mistake. Anyways, so this is from the cover of the book. Not a. I guess it might be on the website too. So that wasn't a mistake. I meant to say that. So this is both from the cover and the landing page of the website. I had to move the text a little bit to make it into a bookmark shape, but there's only so many of these printed, maybe 50, maybe less. So if you want one, be sure to grab one before they're all gone. And we also have limited edition tarot bookmarks. So there's even less of these. There's like 20 each. So if you want one of these, be sure and hop on the eBay store and grab one. They'll be available. They should definitely be available in the middle of January, probably sooner. It's been a busy month in December. Had a lot going on. So I haven't had a chance to get them up yet, but early January they should be up and available to purchase. Be sure to keep a lookout for them. And get one, get two, get three. Buy them all out. If the book is successful, these will be worth a lot of money, hopefully. Maybe not. But these are good bookmarks. They mark the place in the book very well, as you might expect. But these are based on the tarot cards. The first one is the Boy with Red Shoes, or in the book, I think the chapter is called the Red Shoed Craftsman. It's the second tarot card, second chapter. It is the actual tarot card is the Magician, I think, is what this one's based on. The second bookmark here is the Soot Gray Sovereign, chapter 16 of the book. That's actually not a real tarot card. There is no Sovereign tarot card. I don't remember which one this replaced, but it's a thing. The third bookmark here is from the chapter The Blonde Moon. I want to say it's around chapter 20. I don't really remember. You'd think I'd remember these things. I've looked at this book more times than I can count, and proofread and edited and all sorts of things. But I don't remember what chapter that is. It's around the 20s. Maybe it might actually be 19 or 18, but very good bookmark. I like the moon with the stars and the black sky. That one might actually be my favorite of these bookmarks. This one is also a good bookmark, though. I do love the cover of the book. It's a good one. But you should be on the lookout for these and grab one. They're not that expensive. It's like $3.50, and all that money, those big bucks I'll be making on these bookmarks, it'll go towards new projects for ZanderverZ. Help me slowly climb out of that hole where I made all those mistakes I was talking about earlier. But yeah, they're there. Hope some people can get these and enjoy them. And that's all I have for this entry. Accomplished a few things in December. The editors got through with the book. That's great. Got to review their changes and probably make most of their changes. I don't really know how grammar and spelling work, so I just say, oh, they've noted something. I need to correct that, and then I correct it. I can't really dispute most of the things. But I hope you enjoy the rest of 2022. I look forward to continuing to work ZanderverZ stuff and create stuff for everybody. Hope everybody enjoys it, and I'll see you all next year.